Hi and welcome again to Steve's Long Stay Vintage Radio Workshop. I'm Steve, hello, and this is a Pye. Now, I don't do much Pye stuff, I know, maybe I should, but this one is interesting because of what it actually is. This is a Pye 32 2TG. Yeah, and this was inside with the operating instructions and installation sheet for it, so I'm not completely on my own, but very nearly. Yeah, it's got a plug on the end, so it's obviously been tried at any rate, and so I shall try and do what has to be done here. Put that back in there for now. There's something else to do, I think. No. 78s going the top here, you see, and there's something in there to hold them in place, which is what I've found. So now, if I was to go like that, and like that, I hear the motor spin round. But not very much else. Apart from a hum when it warms up. And not much else there either. Disaffected slightly by the tone control. That's up full. And it doesn't seem to do a lot. So why not? Well, first of all, the record deck, by the way, is a collar row, similar to one we get on things like the Pye Black Box. The pickup is interesting because it's supposed to be for 78s and 45s, but this one, I don't know about that, I really don't. I'll have to look into that and come back to you on that, because I've never seen one like that before. So I'll put that out of the way for now. I think you can tie it in place with this, which I'm going to do for now, just to do it save it from any further harm. I think I've got a pickup which will go in, so why not? Anyway, so with this machine being obviously completely inoperable, it came with a comment that said it must be a valve. Well, that's the thing that people say with these, but whether it is just a valve or not, I don't know. With this, actually, I'm more interested to think about capacitors actually, but there you are. Now we know that the LT and HT there because of the hum. We know that the record deck needs to be looked at, obviously. We know that the motor seems to work okay anyway, but the tone turntable needs to be well, it's got back into place now. It doesn't seem to do anything though. With these, by the way, the thing goes back, then forward. But this one is doing none of them, so it's obviously not right. No way. But you know, never mind that for now. You know. So we take out the 4 screws on the top here. I think these are the ones that bring the whole thing out, which is what we want. Beth, by the way, is one which should not be left on a turntable. We usually sat on the radio. This is common because valves generate heat, and you put the record on the turntable with the amp underneath it, the record will warp. So that's why they say that. Besides, it's not good practice. At all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. Oh, I say this looks as though it's going to need a few caps changing. It comes out of there. Which it should in a minute. Look at these. To turn it round, you see, so you can see. Look at them. Oh yeah, capacity change is dream here. So let's have a look and find out what it wants and what it doesn't want, which is ECH42. The 4C, it's the B8A series valves, of course, and that. The caps are here. The mortars here. Not sure where they go. Okay, fine. I'll take that off if I have to. Well, the first thing we do is have a look round and see what we've got here. Now we've got ECH42, that'll be EF something, that I had to guess, or ECH4. EL something or other, and of course in EZ. So it's on the radio side, it's fairly common. So we know what we're dealing with here straight away, which we need to know, and now we do know. Right, well, with the set out of the case, first thing I did was I replace the main lid because it was knackered basically, and also was connected, but would today be considered the wrong way round. Live and neutral, of course, on an AC set. The AC doesn't matter, but live is a one prong of an AC which will give you a belt if you put your finger in it. Not that thing you drag, but that's the case. That's the way it is, yeah. And so anything like this, if it's only one switch here, then that must always be live. Always, okay? Always be live. So swap it around if you have to, but you know. So there you are. This side of it, by the way, doesn't go to deck at all, but again, with it being metal, I thought it would be better as well. So there we go. And this as well, which I'll do in a minute. But that's why you do it. Grace won't do it the earthing, by the way. It's pretty wide that came to hand, so I used it. Yeah, why not? It came off something else, so I know it works okay. Right, anyway, next thing, of course, is if I power it now, like that, put the meter, can you see that? Yeah, you can, okay. Like I said, the this side to do it here, that goes to there, this goes to here, and then to here, and let's see if we get anything. So meter on, and switch it to 600 volts, and there should be something like that's okay. Right, now to there, yeah, and to there, and to there, okay. By the way, I've taken the motor wires off because I want to make, so looking on this deck first. Now, as far as these transforming sets go, as you probably already know if you've watched enough of my videos, one side of it is goes to deck, and in this case on the circuit, and there's AXT and LT, or batten fills if you're in America. Now, on sets like this, the velocity to the heaters is AC. Okay, so switch to 20 volts, and go down here, somewhere like there, a little bit high, but then there's a valve out, so what do you expect? You got the right one? One of them anyway. Should be about 7 volts or so. It should be 6.3. There you go. That's it. Yeah. Okay. So we know that's okay. Now handy tip for you with sets like this. In this, the place to look for DC voltage after rectifier is, generally speaking, up here on the output transformer, which suddenly doesn't seem to be a right lot. Now we know that LT is okay, but AXT, well, again, let's find it down here. On the so. We've got problems down here. Have we got problems elsewhere in the unit? Doesn't tell very much, does it? Okay, so let's have a look up here and see what we can find. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so we know that the transformer's okay, but is it actually getting to the rectifier circuit, the rectifier valve here? Now it goes through a resistor, I think. I'm not sure. Let me pull up the circuit on my phone. And there's nothing in the way, it goes straight to the valve. Now, that valve is not lit, by the way, either. And so nothing will get through it anyway. So, next thing we're going to do, therefore, power off, that off, and I'll check, I'll pull that valve out and check it, it might have gone. They do sometimes, you know, I mean, this thing is 70 years old, so what do you expect, you know? With the B8A valves, by the way, sometimes they are a little bit difficult to get out, and this one appears to be rusted in somehow, so I'll get it out and have a look at it. The rectifier valve is an EZ40, or was. Yeah, believe it or not, somebody had actually glued the valve walls to the socket, and so it came out in 3 pieces in the end. But that's the only way I could do it. So I think it was faulty anyway. So in the bin it went in 3 different pieces. So there you are. By the way, this radio, just a matter of interest, is what's called a short superhet. Second valve, of course, is the EL41, which is one of these, and it's the metal version, so it should be okay. Now then, with these sets, they do actually have not got the second stage application, so in a way there's no that capacitor in these. But having said that, there is a capacitor on the first grid, so change it anyway. That's my variety on that. The second valve along is an EC EBF 80, which is this this thing here. This is a in this case this is an IF amp and 2 diodes. Okay, EBF 80 here. And finally, of course, it's ECH42, which is the frequency changer valve, of course, or the heptal valve, the S in here. So those three I think are okay, but the EZ80 certainly is not. So I'll get one, I'll put it in, and we'll see if we get any HT. I didn't have an EZ40, but I've ordered one, and it's arrived today. So here it is, brand new in its box, an EZ40. And so, brand new EZ40. So what I'll do, I'll put it in carefully to make sure that it works, it won't get stuck like before. There we go. And we'll see if it dares to light up for us. Come on, light it up, Pete. Let's have a little look and see if there's anything on any DC, which there isn't. There's absolutely nothing there at all. Okay. I'll turn the thing around and have a look and see what's happening here, because something obviously is that's it shouldn't be. Right. Okay. Well. Love pie stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so power back on again, and we'll see what we get. Nothing. Try on the AM. Sorry, AC. Well, that's there, okay. That isn't. Ah, is there something there? Is there something there? Is there something there now? Has it taken time longer than it should to warm up? 336. 337. Okay, that's fine. So it's obvious. So that valve is now doing what it should. So there we go. Right, now with that, okay, we know that most of the valves should have HT on them. Okay. Now the next thing we do is put the speaker on again and see what we get when I put in the EL41, which goes in next to it here. Like that. Okay. Now at this stage there are some cats missing, but having said that, this wire here should give us some buzz on the speaker if that amp is working. So these can go back together again here. Doesn't matter which way around, because only the speaker after all. So that goes onto there, that goes onto there. The cord goes onto, as you see, because they go onto each other. In the end. And that goes onto there like that. Or doesn't. Or does. Right, hang on. Okay, so I'll twist that together now if I can. Onto there. And this goes onto here, like that. Like that. And there, of course, on it goes. And see what comes out of it now. Something should, but we'll just have to see what it is and make sure. So, we're doing something. Okay. Now there should be here, I hope. I'll go through and make sure all the various pins are where they should be on this, which is now, which is important. Then with a pencil circuit, there will be two HT lines to it. One is the second grid, and the other one is can you see that? Can you see that? Don't think you can you? Hang on. That's better. Right, okay, so now this, therefore, when I reconnect again, the thing to do is see what's happening here when it warms up. To play Help Masters, won't it? Right. 271, 288, and 288. I did those two. So the rectifier is fine. Okay. So now we switch the heat off again and get the circuit up and have a quick look and find out. AO41 valve, right, okay. Let's have a look and see what it is, shall we? Right, okay. Now, if there are volts on the speaker and not on G2, then there won't be a problem. If, however, there are volts on G2 and not on the anode, there will be. So let's see what's what here as well, shall we? So there's some little hum there. I wonder if right, anyway, so first of all, we'll look at the heater, which should be working, but best to make sure. So tell you what, that's the heater. Okay, fine. That's G2, which doesn't appear to be doing the right lot, which it should be doing. I think it's that one. Okay, right. Okay. Well, what I'll do, I'll very quickly whip that out. That's warm. That very warm. That it's very warm. That, so I think there's something might be up there. So a quick look at the circuit. I have on my phone here. Tells me that it goes straight from the transformer to the anode there. So yeah, so so one of these here goes to the anode. Right, okay, well in that case we know that that comes over here first of all. So we'll check over here very quickly, because I don't want to run it too long like this. For a number of different reasons. The main one being that it might cost another valve to carry on. .288 there, okay. Nothing there. Right, so therefore there's something wrong with the wiring between the EZ40, this, and the transformer. So let's have a look and find out what she's aware with this, and see where that is most likely to be, because it's obviously somewhere under here. Right, okay, so look under here, there's R17 here, so we'll have a look at, yeah, well that's going to say for itself. You see, a lot of people on the internet hold on to the view, rightly or wrongly, that get them something, change all the capacitors in it and off it goes. That is not the case, no siree. For that reason, you need to be able to learn to fault find, okay? Very important indeed that. So, R17 is 150 ohms, I think. I think I better check that with my glasses. Yeah, I know I'm getting old. Get my glasses on, have a look, and it is 1.5k. Okay, right, so 2k over here, like that, and dump onto the other side of it, and are you sure that's R17? It's going to date that, because it's there. This is that that's going to deck and not R17. This is it with Pye stuff, you see. I never really know with Pye stuff what's going on. Pye had this remarkable ability to make something very simple act as though it's very, very difficult, and it is actually something which I find quite annoying. So that goes onto there like that, that goes onto there like that, and that should be something like 0. One of these should be 0. That one, okay, fine. So that one is not 0 but more or less, and this one is that's 0. Okay, fine. So that one is 0. Okay. Now coming over here, therefore, there should be 1.5k going to somewhere like, I don't know, somewhere down here. This is not, then that resistor is certainly past its best. Right, okay. Right. I think, well, we'll look at that resistor in more detail, because I think it's faulty. Now, you could change every capacitor in this, but with a fault like this, changing capacitors is all very well, but it might well not clear the fault. Capacitor changing for the circuit is something which you must not do under any circumstances whatsoever. Yeah, there's some which need to be changed once it's up and running, but you know, make sure first of all, apart from 1 or 2, that the thing is actually working. Otherwise, all you do is waste capacitors, and nobody wants to do that. Right, well, a quick look around in this circuit proves that resistor is 1.7, which is okay, it'll do. So it won't shut the thing up, like, you know. But having said that, I was rather looking in the wrong place, because coming out of the EZ41 is R18, which is here. There's your buzz, and there, and there, and there. So we know therefore from that but the EZ41 that I've put in is doing what it's supposed to do, and so is the EL41. So, because that buzz, by the way, is me acting as a signal generator, which is a quick and easy way to do things if you know what you're doing with it. Don't do it with anal, for heaven's sake. You'll become a cropper if you do that, quite literally. So therefore, that capacitor that I took out here is C22. Now C22 according to the circuit here, which I'll bum gives you, is 0.01 microfarads. Now we got those, but this particular one isn't all that much of a problem, because you know there's plenty of them, and believe it or not, it doesn't have to be exactly that. Tends to be, but it doesn't have to be exactly that. So I'll get a 0.1 or something, put it in, and then we'll try and see what happens and where it goes from there. With that capacitor in, we now have buzzing right up to the second half transformer, not to mention down here. So therefore, at this point, depending on the setting of the wave change switch here, this will operate as either a 1 valve under record player, or when I've finished the radio side of it, a radio. Here is a circuit diagram of the radio in question, and it's AC only. The transformer's there. There's a valve which I've changed because it somewhere was glued in. The one that's in works okay. The input transformer is here, and of course from there you can pick up voltages as well. R17 is there. That's the EL41 there, and the capacitor which I've changed is that one there, okay, which is C22. Now, like I said, this is a short superhet. There's no actual second stage of audio amplification there, and so there isn't any chance of anything really nasty on that grid there, but it's always a good idea to change that capacitor anyway. And like I said last night, we got a signal there, and we got a signal on the switch here as well, so that's where we're up to. Now before we go any further, I did change out one or two components, so I'm going to change those very quickly and then take it from there. Now it didn't actually work even with that in place and the valves in, but the voltages on there are okay. That's the EBF. There's nothing on this valve here. It's cold actually, although the heater does work okay. But there's another thing which worries me, and that's that the record player side of it, which is this wire here, goes through the switch here, and I took that off, and although there's something there's nothing here at all, nothing, and the resistors in between looked okay. Now then, the biggest problem I've found looking at this again is that all the problems from the volume control, which is there, yeah, up the cost there, they are all mounted not on a tag strip but on spare pins on the rectifier valve holder. I kid you not. Now, I don't know about you, but to me that is stupid, very stupid. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to, first of all, that is going to go on there via a new 390k resistor, that's no problem, yeah? And also from there, it goes to C2 via this resistor here, okay? So at this point, therefore, these capacitors as well, I'm going to replace as well. I'm going to move it well away from that valve holder. That is, in my humble opinion, and I'm sure a few Pye people would disagree with me here, but putting stuff like that on the valve holder, valve base of the rectifier is not a good idea. So next thing I'm going to do is a new resistor there. I'll check that. That might be replaced, it might not be. Also, that capacitor there, it looks okay on the meter, but I'm going to change that as well. And so from there, I can actually use here as an earthing point for the capacitor. And so we should be able to make it work like that, away from that valve holder. That's the next trick we have to do. Alright, now I've moved all that away and changed that resistor. And if I'm now to let it warm up gently by itself, we'll at some point get, there you go, yeah, to there and to there. It reads okay, so that's okay there. It picks it up actually off this switch here, but I noticed that it reads okay as regards going through that resistor, so it's okay. That's R3, which is 22k. So from there to there, it should read about 22k, which it does. So there you are. There we are. So that's okay. So that now looks to be something approaching okay. Not R3, sorry, R5, yeah. 680k. So again, it's from there, and that's okay, to there, that's okay, and to there, that's pretty much okay. Now then, with that in mind, like that, I'm going to look again at the radio side, because, you know, the radio side, I would like it working. Okay, it's only medium wave, a long wave, but, you know, it's nice to have things working, so it will be. So now, that goes on to there, bigger actually, and there. So now, before I get to see the generator race, I noticed something else interesting about this that we must look at, and that's that this valve is a ECH42. Is it 42? It's 42. Yeah, okay. Now, for valves to operate properly, thermal emission, we've got to have therms, okay? And this one doesn't seem to have any therms, so that's still cold. That's warm. That's warm. That's warm. This one is cold as the grave. So take it out like that, and again, just make sure I didn't get something wrong last time. We'll check the heater on this. So that goes to there, that goes to there, and that is that right? Yeah, it's that one and the one next to it. Either side of the pip in the glass there. So very important to know that. Anyway, now then, I know for a fact that voltages are there. Yeah. Now then, on V1 here, if you look at the circuit, there you are. If you look, V1 should have 3 voltage inputs. Yeah. 2 anodes, and of course one of the grids as well, as you can see there. So this should have, when it goes in circuit, it should have 3 bits, as it were. So let's see first of all where they're from. Okay, so put that on very quickly again. Put that to 600 volts like that. Okay. 237 volts. Okay, fine. So it's there. Okay. Yeah. Other side of R3 goes to, well, the grid. So there should therefore be 3 pins up here with voltage on them. On my phone here, I've got a diagram of the pins in question. So looking through from the top like that, it is pins number 2 and 3, and I think it's and 5. So 2, 3 and 5 here should have voltages on them. If one doesn't, then this is not going to work. Now, the anode side of it goes through here, which is slightly worrying. That's on circuit then, that's it for the radio really, because I don't want to look around that much, so let's see what we get. Okay, well, there's nothing there. So it's here, and it should be here. Doesn't appear to be. This again. So it's 272 volts there. 235 volts there. Okay. And from there it goes to socket on top here. Now then, the anode of the triode goes through R9. The anode of the, it's not a pentode, I think it's a hexode on these, goes through T1. And from there, of course, R3 feeds it to pin 5 as well. So, let's have a look and see what we can see down here. With it off for the moment, so we'll see what we can find. Okay, right, okay. Well, if we put this back in, like that, we should be able to work out where the, okay. So therefore now, there should be voltages from, if we go to somewhere like, I don't know, if we go to somewhere like, I don't know, we'll start with it going from there, like that, yeah. So that goes onto there like that. Also goes down here, so we can pick it up somewhere like there, like that. And see what we can find round here. Now, right, so there of course it should go now down to here, and we should get on one pin down here we should get 1.5 volts or thereabouts. So whichever one that is, that's the one we'll do first. So we go from there to there, which is not doing anything. Okay, fine. We'll put that back onto into there like that, and let's pick it up there. No, let's pick it up there. There we are. Let's pick it up there. Okay. So that goes onto there like that, and this side now goes down to here. Okay, so it's there. Okay, so that is so it's there. Okay. Now from there we should get something very similar on one pin around here. We should. Let's put it that way. We should. Whether we will or not, I don't know, but we certainly should. So. Okay, that proves that that side of the coil is okay. Now, pin 9 of course goes through there, and it goes through R9 as well. So it should be under 200k, so find R9 on it. if we can. So it goes there to somewhere like there. And there's something not entirely right here. I'll do it. I'll take that valve out like that, and we'll go in the valve motor itself to see if we can get better connections that way. The more than one was a skin of cat, you know. No, 29 point. That's 30k. So let's have a look at R3, 22k. That's it's gone up, but not a right lot. So I think that'll probably be okay. Okay, yeah. Right, okay. I'll have a quick look round off camera and see if anything obviously wrong here. That is a circuit diagram, and mind you, I've been looking at so far. That comes from Radio Museum, and it's T32QTG, like this is here, and it comes, I think, from the Unis books. Okay. Now, going online, I managed to get a copy of the Pye book, which is here. Now then, they are different. Yes, they are different. That is V2. If you let see that, that's V2. Yeah. Now, going further down, R9, R9, and C20. Okay, which are not shown on this diagram. Basically, this diagram from Pye and this one don't match up. Now, in this situation, with problems at RF side, what you do is you look very closely indeed at the unit, and the best manual to use in this sort of situation is the Pye manual, which I've got here, which I'll print off, which tells us everything. So I think that somebody down here has used their own manual for this, and it left me in a bit of a tizzy because I didn't know. Now, in this situation, I know we're okay on the pentode section, the 8-foot pentode, and the rectifier, that's okay there. But here and here, with this valve, which doesn't even get warm, I don't know. He might even have damaged that. I don't know at this stage. But somebody has been playing about with this. And for that reason, I think it's time to download the real manual and look at it in terms of where it should be on here, and get these two wired up correctly. Right, well, first of all, I've wired the pickup directly here, so that now works. Okay, that's again disgracing me the better part of valour there. Now, as regards the receiver side of it, yes, we know that this valve is probably dead, but look under here. Yeah, there are voltages on 2 out of 3 pins that there should be. Now, this is the original Pye circuit here, and if you look at it in considerable detail there, that end, yeah, you see that valve 1 takes 3 HT inputs. There's a one for the anode of the hexode through the to the IF, and so that one's all right. You get in there, it goes to R3 to next pin down. That's okay as well. But there's nothing at all on the other side of it, the trailed side of it, and this is because of, again, resistor put somewhere stupid, quite frankly, by the factory, I might add here. That resistor there, if you can see it, I'll just is actually dropping the voltage for the triode 47k, and it reads open circuit. Therefore, the oscillator side of it was not receiving any power, therefore it's not working. Right, well, that is on the anode of the ECH42. I can hear the IF gets it just fine. That's on the low setting, by the way, so I can hear myself and you can hear me speak. Okay, so that's okay. That's there. Okay. If I just pull that off there like that, there is something here, but not very much. So nothing there either. Or there. So there doesn't seem to be anything getting in, as it were, from there. That's where it should be connected when they're lining up IF, and it's not getting through from. So now this is okay. This is okay. I've put the extra resistor in for the triode on here, but this is still a lot colder than the rest, and it's still not doing anything. So I do think that I think that I should try replacement in there. Now, these don't go wrong very often, but they do go, so it's certainly worth looking at. Now, as far as the record player is concerned, I've got the motor to do as well, and of course the pickup. But really, I want to get this working as well. So I know I'm stupid. It's long with immediate wave only, but lights options working. So I'm going to. I hope. But as you can see here, this particular unit is interesting. Again, the 47k resistor was one of these very, very small ones, and again it was open circuit. Now, like I said, this valve does appear to be somewhat not doing very much. So yeah, I'll quickly check R4 if I can find it. If I can find it. There's R5, there's R2. Why can you never, when you're doing this, you never find the one that you want, do you? You find everything but that was either me or something like it, you know. So yeah, it should be all right because it's needs to drop slightly when so. But I want to make sure that R4 is all right as well. So R4, the cathode, which is pin 7. So look down here and find pin 7. This one here, okay. So the sub resistor there as well, which I can't see actually. Oh, okay. I'll have a quick gander around there and see what's going on because yeah, components missing as well. It's quite possible with this because it's been worked on before. So I'll check for R4 and then if I find it, I'll check it, make sure it's okay. It should be 220 volts according to this, so it's 220, which I simply cannot find. Oh. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, right in front of me. Okay, happens that way sometimes, particularly with the diagrams. So get the meter and we'll check it, make sure that it's it is in fact doing what it should be doing. And also, I also want to know. That's in the right place. That okay, right? Well, I'll 1K on the meter and we'll see what. That's okay, and the other side of it. Yeah, it's okay. 225, it's red, but it's okay. So that resistor is okay as well. So yeah, so I'm going to try another one of these if I can find one. While I'm waiting for the valve to come in to see if it is that, because I'm not sure either way, and those do tend to fail, I thought we'd get the motor and have a look. Here it is, it's on the bench and it's running, but it doesn't mean it's alright. I'll tell you why. With things like this, I can stop it with my fingers like that, because completely stop it. Now then, that's a problem because that drives this heavy turntable here, and that is heavy, and so this as it stands will not sufficiently or at all drive that turntable, even though it does actually seem to if I stop it like that, it does carry on for a while, as you can see there, but maybe not long enough. So this needs to be serviced and cleaned. Okay, It's something which is common to record players, tape recorders, everything else. These have to be serviced and cleaned. So let's get to it and let's find out how to clean it. Now it's simple like with these. First of all, in the middle here, this bit comes off, yeah? And inside here, I just turn off so we can see like that. That bit comes out and the whole lot I've got to be oiled and cleaned. And this here at the top as well. So that's all it needs. That's simply all it needs. It's simply cleaning, and it will run a lot better for it, and it will run that turntable like it used to do. These motors, to pull them apart, that goes onto there like that. You see it comes off with those two bolts here, and on the other side, of course, there's this which doesn't seem to want to come off. If it does, then the whole lot will come out, but I don't think it needs it in this case. First thing I've done is make sure that's clean there, yeah. Make sure that this rod here is clean underneath here. Basically all this has to be greased and oiled down here, and when it is, yeah, again it should work without too much trouble. So now that goes back on there like that, that goes back in there like that goes back in there like that. Okay, now sometimes the bolts are at funny size. When this happens, one of these, very handy. So doesn't need to go awfully tight, but there you go. So now that, when connected up again, should actually now work better than before. Actually, what you can do actually is you can leave on for a bit and loosen up a bit as well, because you know things penetrate and stuff. So that's something else that you can do. So now, if I put this back on here like this, like that, and like that, get to that right, shall we? Thank you. That goes into there, that goes into there. Like that. Like that. And that is actually now already quite a bit harder to stop than it was before. So there you are, that's all. I'll leave that running for a bit, and hopefully that'll be fine. That motor, by the way, is from 1952, so it's 70 years old, so we're allowed to it's allowed to have a clean at least, you know. Anyway, by the way, the fan, by the way, to keep the motor cool, that's why it's on there. And this bit here, of course, is the thing on top, which, you know, again, it's harder to stop as it keeps on running. So that can run for a bit. And meanwhile, another thing with this deck that I've noticed was the pickup. So I'm not sure what we're going to do there yet. I have got a cartridge up there, a new one, so maybe that will go in its place. But first of all, that'll that might start matters off, and of course it should be able to drive this, which I'm also going to give a clean to, because you know, cleanliness is next to godliness, you know. Is to put that over the top like that, twist one corner like this, put it down there like that, and then using something they can push it down and round, and it'll clean out most of the mess under there like that. You see? Again, look what's come off it again. So a bit of oil again. There we go. Then the act, as it were. So that can go over there, and a little bit on this side as well. There we are. So there we are. That's that sorted out, and this is sorting itself out as well. So now let's have a. Now we've got to wait now until that valve arrives and goes in. But first, of course, is making sure everything is okay and loose and free on the motor as well. These are actually coil decks, which are quite similar to the ones used on other machines, such as the Pye black boxes and that. So they're common, they're cheap, and you know they do work well. But coil stuff does tend to have a few, shall we say, issues. So first thing we do is make sure that is okay and free of various things it shouldn't have, you know. And then of course this here works okay. Speed control, that's okay. Yeah. It goes like that, you see. So there you are. So on it goes like that, you see, and hopefully we should be able to get it down a bit further. Well, let's see if we can, because that's too high, that. But we'll see. But not yet, because of course it's we've got to clean up underneath there as well. These are a simple deck to operate and work on, but like any other record or cassette deck, cleanliness next to godliness, and things like you know, this need to be carefully looked at and checked again and again. I'm going to get this one back to normal as much as possible here, and then from there we'll go underneath as well. But once it's all dried out up here, because you know this what this stuff does, by the way, is this stuff which is not very nice to drink, by the way, so don't, and don't breathe it in much either. I will be going in after this, so I don't want to breathe in too much of this. It's not something which I will recommend that anyone uses, you know, for anything apart from this. It's the same stuff you used to get actually in newspapers for the big rollers. It you know, it's what the stuff they used to use to when they got a bit sticky, like, you know, it's the same sort of stuff. But okay, it works magic, don't get me wrong, but at the same time it can work magic on you as well in ways which you really don't want. So you know, you have to be ready for that. These decks, by the way, speed control is here, and what it does, it moves them across like that, you see, and that is held against there, and that turns the turntable around. So it's quite a simple arrangement, but like any simple arrangement, it needs to be thoroughly clean. So what I'll do, I'll leave that now to dry out, and hopefully loosen a bit, and we'll get back to this tomorrow. The other side of this deck, that's the pickup there, which moves like that, as you can see there. The speed control is here, and it goes like that. See there? You see it? Yeah. All clear, including this too. So that looks okay. That looks okay there. So you know that's that pulls that forward like that. You see that? But now, of course, we've got to find out about how the motor fits in, and of course the speed control here is going back and forth here. So you know it's so that's okay there to there. But this appears to be looks like that might be a bit stuck here. That's okay. That's okay. But I'm not 100% sure about this here. So I'll give that a gentle spray of the old squirty like that, and hopefully that will go into there like that, and do what these things are supposed to do, which is basically move that onto there, and that should then go and drive the inner of the turntable. So that's basically how that works. Okay, that's basically how that operates. So now what I'll do, I'll give the motor another spin, just because I feel like it. Like that. Okay. I'll just so I'll give that another spin, and then of course I'll put that motor back in here. Another thing, by the way, with that motor, this connects to it too. This here, this is a switch on top there, which again I'm going to check and make sure that it is switching the motor on and off at the right time, which it should be doing. But what we'll do is quite simply, that goes into there, this goes into here, like that, and like that, and of course we'll see if we'll make sure that it does what it's supposed to do. Which, as you can see there, it does. So that passes that. Okay, so that's fine. So that switch is going to pass current to the motor. That is why actually on the motor itself I wired it without taking this out as well. So I wired slightly differently on there for that reason. So now that goes back in here, and we'll see if it decides to operate for us. It should do, but you know, sometimes these things, you know, don't. But it's a fairly simple arrangement. A similar arrangement was used actually on a lot of Phillips decks as well, by the way, and a lot of the Russian and Eastern Europeans tended to do it as well. So it's something which is done quite often. The motor back in, and you can see there that wheel is spinning round off the middle of that. That's 405. That's 425 there, of course. So now go to 433, and it stops. Because that's because the turntable's not on, and of course it's 78 as well. So there, yeah, that's working quite well. Now, of course, we've got to work out how the turntable goes back on and stays on, which is a bit of a problem with this because I don't actually know. So I'm going to look at the boots again. But I've got it in, and that switch operates, so it switches it on and off, okay, like that, and the speed control is here, so that's okay. But I'm going to leave it there because that's going to have today a tungsten ECH42. So into the socket it goes, like that. All the way in. Like that. Let's see if it lights up, shall we? Well, something's lighting up anyway, so we'll see. That's okay, right? Speakers up. Doesn't appear to be lighting up there actually. It's still cold, so this one is probably just going to be just as dead as the other one, which is a pity, but there you go, these things happen. So I'll just turn the unit round so I can look underneath. Like that. Just turn this round like that. So that goes in again now. Wait for it to warm up again, which it should do fairly soon, I hope. That's okay. Oh, that won't sort matters, will it? Okay, not to worry. Just talk amongst yourselves while I resolder that. And R6 here feeds the voltage to the anode of the triode side of V1, the heptode mixer. They're okay. So from there, yeah, goes to there, and then they take the valve out, and it's still there. Okay, but also to here. Now from here, it goes to there, to there, to there. So it's this switch here. So what I'm going to do now, I'll just show you actually very quickly. What happens, you see. There it is. Now, as soon as I turn the switch that way, like that, that resistor there starts to get very hot, and look, there's absolutely nothing on it at all. Nothing, no siree. So therefore, something in this switch is taking this to deck. You see? Taking this to deck. Okay. So therefore, we know that this switch is things that maybe it shouldn't, but looking at the circuit here, this is a Pye circuit, by the way, so it should be all right. It's C14 there, and C15 and C15, and so C13 there. Now if one of those is short circuit, or C9, and so called C9 is short circuit, anything around here could actually force that voltage to deck. So first thing we'll do, therefore, power off like that is take this wire off here and see if that and see if the voltage still goes away. If it does, then we'll look at the valve holder. If it doesn't, then we're looking at the switch here. Okay, so out it comes by hook or by crook. Okay then, by crook. Okay. There we go, that goes off, right? I think that's the one. It is, yeah, so this comes off here now, like that. Well, it should do. There we are, it's off, right? So now, of course, that comes out like that to make sure, like that. I'll take a bit off that so I can measure it again, like that. So that goes onto there, like that. It comes off there, thank you, like that. The meter probe goes on there like that. There we go. Not to hold that, please. Come on, like that. Okay. And we now apply power. And watch the voltage come up. I hope. It is doing it, as you can see there. It's coming up. Okay. Now then. Now, whatever that should be, I think it's gone high now actually. That's okay. So the problem is either in the switch or something attached to the switch. Okay? Now then, what have we got here? We've got that's okay. So let's have a look round here and see what it could be. It could be a number of things, of course. So you know. No, 5, okay, fine. So therefore, we now have a look and we'll find out which capacitors here have a short circuit on them, because, what's that? What's this here? Okay, fine. Does it still do it? It doesn't. Okay, fine. So yeah, right. Okay, so we know therefore that there's a short circuit here. Okay, so that goes on to there, and this switch appears to have a little bit of a fault somewhere. Where? I don't know at this stage. But look at the circuit again. C14, C13 first of all. Let's have a look at those, wherever they are in the circuit. Right, okay. Okay. Okay, right, so that goes to there, okay. And that of course is 0. Okay, fine. So that is 0. Okay. What's that? What on earth is that? Okay. I don't know, but we'll find out at some stage, I'm sure. How about C9? C9. Because that would short circuit, it'd pull everything down, wouldn't it? That would short circuit, it'd pull everything to death, wouldn't it? So that's my first port of call. So I'll look at that one first and see where it is in the circuit first of all, and snip it and see what it does. Then right, okay, I think I've found it. Right, so when this is this way up, like I said, it shows a short circuit there, okay? Now, these two settings here, it doesn't show short circuit, okay? Which suggests to me that that's okay. That's possibly, but basically, I've taken out C16 and C15 here, so it's not them, okay? Now, it'll either go through C14 to deck or through here and here, and so C9 there is a distinct possibility. So I'll find it and snip it and see what happens. Well, I chased this through, and L4 here on the circuit, which is here, I just put the meter up and put the in front so you can see. There you are. L4 there goes to the board down here, and the wires one of the wires was shorting out. That's all it was. So now, if I was to go to deck like that, and go to, I don't know, here like that, with that switched on preferably, no. There's nothing there now. And any setting of this, So obviously the problem was there. So anyway, it's back now. It's back now, I think. Hang on, right, let's try that now. That's okay. That's okay. This side it goes to deck, which I'm not sure it should do, but there you go. So obviously it's something round L4, which is going to be very hard to get at. I've finally decided that enough was enough with the radio. It's not going to work. I spent hours on it. So this is now going to be a record player only. The motor's in place, new cables on, and all the radio side of it is disconnected. So now it's going to be just a record player, okay? And the motor's in, like I said, and that works okay. So now, of course, we've got to look at now is putting this back in its case, and of course looking then at the pickup arm, which it does not actually now. If I was to bring it on like that, come on. It's there, you see, and there, I'm probably down here as well. So next we've got to look at is this pickup arm here. It seems to be doing something. So we'll have a look at that as well next, and hopefully play a record on it. And then this particular Pye 32 QTG is going to be a Pye 32 QTG that only plays records. It's the only way. Actually, I wanted one of these because when I was a kid, we used to have what were called Methodist Guild holidays, and the two places we used to go, one was Highcliffe, which is no longer a Methodist Guild, it's I think the private house now. Another one was Abbott Hall in Cumbria, which is closed down now, I believe. But I think with them was, yeah, all these places had a stage where people could stand up and do various things, you know, their family concerts and that sort of thing. And at Abbott Hall, they had something similar to this on stage, and I was fascinated by it. And of course, one individual working there told me that it didn't work anymore. I've only been 6 years old, but when I left, it did. I've wanted one ever since, so I've got one anyway. So now we got that, we'll put it together again and see what it does and doesn't do. Hopefully it does do. Well, the pickup at the end seems alright actually, and it does actually play fairly well. So let's have a listen. I can't play too much of this because of copyright, but it seems alright to me, that. The times we talk, we never stop. And it stops at the end as well. That's great, that. That's pretty much how well these should operate. It seems I always get unstrung. I trip on my tongue with words that come out. There we go, so that's now a working machine again. Now, one thing I will say with Pye stuff, I've never been that keen. This one had one or two problems which were due to design. from the pentode to the rest of the unit, the passages in that, where it goes either to the pickup or it used to go to the medium wave, long wave as well. On this, they use the spare pins on the rectifier valve socket as pickup points for that, which is not a good idea. So I decided that was something which I felt was maybe not the best way to do it. So I corrected that. The radio side of it, I don't know. Everything looks as though it should work, but it doesn't. It's one of those. And, you know, there's not much on long wave and medium wave these days anyway, so it probably get more use as a record player anyway. So I decided that in the circumstances, it will continue to be used as a record player, which is what I've done here. So anyway, there we go. This is Steve Pendlebury on Steve Pendlebury's Vintage Radio Long Stay Workshop, saying thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. And well, goodbye till next time. That would help, wouldn't it? I say might chase you away. I have to hide. So next time, bye bye, take care, and may God go with you, whoever he or she or it is. Bye bye.